Tomorrow, millions of Americans will go from seeing daylight to complete darkness for 4 minutes and 28 seconds. The total solar eclipse is almost here. Well, not here in the metro. We won't see the full thing, but the sun will be about 90% covered around 1:54 Monday afternoon. Check this out. The sweet spot is what's called the path of totality. It's where the sun is completely blocked out by the moon. The path runs over major U.S. cities like Dallas, Indianapolis, and Buffalo. In Missouri, you can drive down to the Boot Heel if you'd like to get the full effect. A total solar eclipse won't pass like this over the continental U.S. for another 20 years. It is a big event, so millions of people are hitting the roads or flying to get a chance to see it. In fact, it's projected to be this year's largest mass travel event in the U.S. And leaders in cities within that path of totality are hoping for a nice economic boost because of it.
Believe it or not, people have been booking hotels for 11 months now. Airlines have added special flights for the coverage.
We have people from as far away as London, England that are coming to Franklin County.
That's Franklin County, Indiana. Everybody's getting in on this. And because the time of totality, so to speak, lasts so long, it presents a unique opportunity for scientists, too. They'll be launching rockets to study the Earth's atmosphere, even putting up hundreds of weather balloons to improve weather forecasting. So you have this neat convergence of business, science, and fun. Who better to talk to than the folks at NASA? Please welcome Dr. Nicolene Vial, mission scientist with NASA, joining us from the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us. We here in Kansas City were lucky enough to see a similar eclipse in 2017. How is this one different?
Yeah, so an eclipse happens when the moon comes between us here on the Earth and the sun and blocks out either part of the sun or all of the sun if you're in the path of totality. This one's going to be different than the one in 2017 for a couple of reasons. The first is that more people just already live in the path of totality. That means they could just step out their front door and already get to witness the total phases of the eclipse. The second thing is the total phase of the eclipse lasts longer than the 2017 one did. The people in the path of totality can experience up to 4.5 minutes of totality for this eclipse, whereas the one in 2017 only lasted a couple of minutes for totality. The final thing that's super exciting is that the sun right now is going through this period of solar activity maximum. That means that the magnetic fields on the sun are more complex. There are more magnetic explosions on the sun than there were in 2017. And so we're really excited to get to see how that looks on the day of the eclipse.
I bet. What's the safest way for us to watch? Because we talk about the glasses all the time, but we know that those can expire sometime. So what should we do?
Yeah, so it's never safe to look directly at the sun. That's true during the partial phases of the eclipse as well. If you have glasses from a reputable source and they're not scratched up or anything, the solar glasses are the way to safely view the partial phases of the eclipse. And if you're in the path of totality, then when the totality happens and the moon totally blocks out the main body of the sun, then it is safe to look directly at the eclipse because the bright part of the sun is blocked out and you're just seeing the wispy, less bright part of the corona peeking out around the moon. Another safe way to indirectly view the eclipse is with a pinhole projector. They're very easy to make. This is an example from the Punch NASA mission of a pinhole projector. It's just a couple of holes punched into this piece of cardboard. What you do is you stand with the sun at your back, you let the sunlight come through these holes, and it'll project an image of the partial eclipse down on the ground in front of you. So it'll look like crescent shapes. It'll look like the moon taking a bite out of the sun, and you'll see the little crescent shapes down on the ground in front of you.
That's really exciting. And in Kansas City, we're about 90% of totality there, so we should probably always keep those glasses handy, it sounds like.
That's right.
All right, Dr. Nicolene Vial with NASA, thank you so much. Good luck with all the experiments that NASA's doing, and happy viewing. You know, NASA has all kinds of resources available for you as you track the eclipse. Just go to go.nasa.gov/eclipse 2024. And KMBC 9 News and ABC News will be watching with special live coverage of the eclipse. We'll bring you the latest info and video on air and online at KMBC.com.